Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the Michigan State Conference, NAACP, and the National NAACP for putting this wonderful conference together. I'd like to thank those from the community who have come today to speak loudly and clearly about the change that's needed to cleaning up our air and our water and eliminating coal emission in coal-fired plants in our communities and nationwide. I'm here today representing the Detroit NAACP branch and members of my community here in the city of Detroit. I would like to make sure that everybody understands that I'm testifying in favor of strong air toxin mercury standards for power plants. Coal-fired power plants are the single most and the single largest source of mercury contamination in the U.S. and responsible for approximately 50% of all human-caused mercury emissions. Other sources include waste incinerators, and in my community, we have the largest incinerator in the country, right down the street from here, actually. The city of Detroit does not produce the most garbage. There's no reason why we should have the largest incinerator in the country. As a result of significant amounts of mercury pollution that's released into the air every year from America, approximately from America's 600 coal-fired plants, mercury emission primarily harms our families, our children, our sources of food, our sources of water, everything that we eat and breathe. In places like Southwest Detroit, we have some of the highest zip codes of asthmatic cases in the country. And there are other places around the country and around the state of Michigan that are just as bad. We can no longer sit here and allow coal-fired plants to ruin our environment and ruin the livelihoods of our most prized possession, our children. If we don't change what's going on for anything else, we need to think about our children's future. In the Bible it says if you're not doing something for your children's future, you're really not doing anything. So in the long run, this is not just about us. This is not just about right here and now. In the long run, this is about making a difference for our grandchildren, making a difference for our great-grandchildren, leaving a legacy that will change the history of not only our community, the city, state, and this country, and ultimately the world as a whole. I have to leave you with a few staggering statistics that I've learned today from great leader Jackie Patterson that just have knocked me on my feet, really. 71% of African Americans live in communities that violate federal air pollution standards, compared to 58% of white populations. Asthma attacks for African Americans send more of our children, or our children are 3 times as likely to go to the hospital as white Americans from asthma attacks. And that's basically because of the communities that we live in. The River Rouge plant, which is right down the street, a block and a half away from an elementary school, less than a block away from a huge community, and not even miles away from one of the largest parks that we have in the state of Michigan, River Rouge Park, where families gather every single summer, even those without families. They go into the parking lots and have fun and cook and barbecue every single summer. And one of the most air pollutant coal-fired plants in the country is right down the street. This has to end. If not now, then when? If we don't stand up to this, and I'm speaking to everyone in this room, the NAACP as a whole, if we don't stand up to this, then who? I appreciate everyone for giving their testimonies. I appreciate all of those who came early this morning and have been here all day. But the time for action is now. We have to call on the EPA to do a better job. We have to call on our legislators to stand up, not only for their own families who live in these communities, but for us as well. I have to leave you with a quote from Dr. Benjamin E. Mays, Morehouse College. Every man and woman was born into this world to do something unique and something distinctive. And if he or she doesn't do it, it will never be done. Our ancestors have done a lot. But I think the one unique thing that we can do right now is change the way our environment is, which is a lasting legacy for us, and will improve the lives of our children, our great-grandchildren, and generations to come. Thank you very much.